There is one reason that everybody watching this right now became a progressive leftist. I want you to hypers if you know what that reason is. Don't say it, because it's the same for all of us, and we all know what it is deep down. But I want you to hypers if you know what that reason is. Wow, that's a 21 streak. Jesus Christ. Now, the reason, as we all know, is because we as leftists all hate women. It's true. You all agreed to that preemptively. You all agreed to that. We all hate women. That's why we're leftists, of course. Now I'm obviously joking. We love women. I love women people. I love female people. Now we got a video here from, I'm pretty sure she's like a nobody kind of YouTuber, right? Oh, yeah, she's got like 500 subs. Now somebody linked this video to me, and I know this is kind of punching down because she's got a smaller audience than me, but I really want to watch it because the title really pulled me in. I gotta be honest with you. It's called "Non-Binary is Misogyny." Now, maybe I'm just bad at predicting the arguments of videos I'm about to watch. I do watch these videos on stream for the first time, but I imagine this is a TERF, like a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Now, TERFs aren't actually feminists or like progressives in any way. They are reactionaries and transphobes who try to appropriate the rhetoric of feminism as a shield against accusations of reactionary thought, so they can attack trans people. They don't actually care about women's rights. They don't care about misogyny. They're overwhelmingly usually conservative, and care about like preserving traditional gender roles and whatnot. So yeah, I'm interested to see what her reasoning is for how identifying as non-binary is misogyny, because obviously that's ridiculous, right? Like, somebody identifying as a different gender identity isn't misogynistic, it's just their identity. So let's see what she's got to say. We'll hear her out. Here we go.
I want to talk about non-binary because I've just been
Wow, you are quiet. Jesus.
thinking about it lately, and honestly, I think it's pretty obvious, but I think it's pretty misogynist and it's pretty homophobic. But I'm gonna explain why.
How?
And it really can be summed up by saying I think that it's pretty misogynist to say that a woman is not a woman and isn't really anything at all if she doesn't perform femininity.
What? What? Hold on. How low am I punching here? I don't feel like this girl has. She broadcast her thoughts on the internet. I mean, she did it. I guess I'll go with it. Yeah. This is weird. She's not outright saying what she believes. She's saying it's misogynistic to say a woman isn't a woman if she doesn't present as a woman. What? Okay, so for those that aren't aware, gender identity is just that. It is your gender identity. It's how you identify. Now, part of your gender identity is your expression, obviously how you behave, how you dress, how you present yourself to the world, but a very significant part of it is how you identify, how you personally identify. So how is it misogynist if a woman one day is like, you know, I don't identify as a woman anymore. I identify as non-binary. And they just kind of present as like a femby, like a feminine envy. I don't think that's misogynist. They hit me up.
Such a classic thing to fucking say. So classic to say that if you don't perform your sex stereotype, you're not a woman and you're not anything.
That's what true scums say. Hey, listen, I'm a radical progressive. If you're watching this right now, yeah, I mean, most of us radical progressive types are we're gender abolitionists. I mean, I'm personally not. I mean, I just think it's going to happen in the future. But most of us are like all about saying fuck gender and just don't worry about stereotypical expectations of your gender, right? Like, you can have butch cis women, butch trans women, fem cis boys, fem trans boys, fem non-binary people, mask non-binary people, androgynous non-binary people of all shapes and sizes and colors and creeds and all that shit. Like, I don't
Hey
see.
son, you set me on a path from anti-SJW to liberal to super cool socialist.
I'm glad.
Struggling to walk around now because my brain is so big. Anyway, will you do me a massive favor and say ACAB? Thank you, and trans rights.
Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Aries. I appreciate that. I'm glad I made you not a chud anymore. And hopefully your neck isn't straining too much from how big I've made your brain. And of course, all cops are bastards. Now, I should clarify, not every single individual cop is a bastard, but every single individual cop did swear an oath to a system that oppresses millions. So, yeah, that's why all cops are bad. Alright. Yeah, ACAB. Fuck, you guys always sub whenever I've got like a good line of thought going. No, so yeah, there's like all sorts of different, like, we're all about saying fuck gender stereotypes, right? However, it's the true scum that disagree with this. You shouldn't have any problem with trans people and non-binary people. The non-binary people and trans people you need to have an issue with are the true scum, like Blair White, who say that if you don't pass well enough, and by pass she means like present feminine or masculine enough, then you don't deserve to be seen as the gender you identify as. Hey, you should be on board with us. No, just hey, just say fuck the true scums and be on our, like, come to the leftist side, be on our side. Like hey, sounds like your thoughts already line up pretty well, right?
And as well, what this means for lesbians, like, not just non-binary, but like agender, pansexual, demisexual, asexual,
Okay.
because it's, really what it says is like, if you're not attracted to men, then your attraction is illegitimate, and if you don't fucking perform femininity the way I tell you to, then you're not a woman.
That's the true scum argument. Wait, no, like, this, I assume maybe she's like a TERF. She sounds like she's a TERF, but like, she's arguing against the arguments made by true scum. Like, hey, if you want to come on my stream, I'll have you on. We can have a conversation. I think I can move you on this. Like, hey, I don't know if you've heard of a lady named Blair White. She's kind of a dumb bitch, but yeah, she's a trans woman who believes that you have to be a certain amount of feminine in order to be valid as a woman. I think I'm like massively against that. I hate that. Looks like we should be on the same side. Let's have a chat. Oh, by the way, thank you for the $3.80 Ghost of FDR. I appreciate it. All right, let's continue.
And I think this is particularly malicious in context of organization and actually creating community among women, because women already have such a hard time organizing. There's a lot of factors that cause that to happen, like motherhood and marriage and abuse and trauma.
So we can agree that women should not be pressured into being mothers or getting married. I agree with that. I'm very against like the conservative, like, oh, nuclear family, women are just just baby machines that need to get married at a young age. Okay, I completely agree with that. Definitely a TERF. I don't know. She's pretty young, so I feel like she's just maybe trying to find her like political identity. I'm not sure. I mean, she looks young. I don't know. She could be in her 20s, but she looks like she's 16. Okay. Continue.
Lots of things. Poverty as well.
Okay, yeah, I agree with this.
Is a hindrance on women's ability to organize with one another, whereas men really have that locked down in a sense. They are really good at organizing amongst themselves and creating society in which they.
Now, are we talking about men, as in people who identify as men, or is she lumping trans women into the like masked non-binary people into the grouping of men? It's really hard because when you're dealing with somebody you suspect of being a TERF, they never say trans women aren't women. They say men aren't women, because they can't even bring themselves to say trans women, because there's obviously women at the end. They have to like at least concede that they are in some way women, at least in name. So it's really hard because TERF speak in an what is it called? Not analogy. In hyperbole or not hyperbole. Euphemism. They speak in euphemism and they dog whistle. So it's really hard to figure out exactly what she's saying here. But I'm kind of getting the idea that maybe she's like a progressive, and she's kind of like just a little misled, maybe? I don't know, I'd like to talk to her on stream. It would be a good time.
great benefit. And I think in a big part that's because they don't get pregnant and they really aren't parents to the same capacity in terms of child raising that women are.
There is no evidence or data whatsoever that that shows that fathers are worse parents than mothers. In every single bit of data that I've seen, it is shown that two fathers and two mothers, both equally, could raise a child to be about as stable and as well as you can basically figure out. I mean, obviously, there's so many extringent variables that contribute to the outcome of a raised child. There is literally no data to support the idea that there is a downside between being raised by two fathers and being raised by like a mother and a father, also being raised by two mothers. Like if it's a lesbian couple, like there's literally no evidence for the idea that like women are more. I guess you can make the argument that women have usually tend to have a stronger bond with their child because they gave birth to it, but like that's like fathers can have that bond too. I don't feel they could be bisexual too. Yeah, but in like, okay, if there's like two bisexual people, like if there's two bisexual women in a relationship, you don't call that a bisexual relationship, you call that a lesbian relationship. I mean, at least that's every single bi person who's dated another person of their relationship I've ever met. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I this is definitely a TERF argument. I don't know how I feel about trying to biologically essentialize womanhood to the point of like, oh yeah, women aren't able to organize and come together because of motherhood. I don't agree with that. I would say what prevents women from coming together and organizing is a patriarchal system from which we live under, which, by the way, I should clarify, also negatively affects men for a variety of reasons, but to be sure, women get the shit end of the stick in regards to the patriarchal society in which we live. I don't think it can be just like lumped into women are encouraged to be mothers. Now that is a patriarchal expectation, don't get me wrong, but it's an entire system, and I don't feel comfortable just trying to essentialize it into motherhood.
And this is malicious because it's
Wait, holy shit, this video is quiet. Why didn't you guys tell me how quiet this video is? Can you hear it alright? Like, this video is really quiet. You guys can hear it alright, right? You can hear? It's not too quiet? Okay.
it's like if you have these like non-binary women and agender women and all of trans men who
Uh-oh. Are trans men like forlorn lesbians that have walked off the path of womanhood and are just forgone and need to be, or far gone, need to be brought back? Uh-oh, here we go.
are really categorized as not being women. So that puts a wedge between the possibility, you know, of the connections and community made between these two groups, because it says these people literally aren't women and they don't.
It says, or they say. I'm sorry, but if someone doesn't identify as a woman, they're not a woman. If they don't identify as it, they aren't that thing. Why should we try to force these people? Hey, I care about freedom and liberty. If someone doesn't want to identify as a woman, I don't think it's fair to say, oh, for the sake of feminism and for the sake of women coming together to fight patriarchy, you need to identify as a woman. You need to be a woman. Now, I should also point out that not only women should be fighting against the patriarchy. I'm sorry, but history has shown that the most effective civil rights movements have always had the backup of allies. That is to say, people who aren't a part of the oppressed group that help set oppressed group in fighting the oppressor. Men, trans men as well, this is included, as well as non-binary people and women have to all work together to fight patriarchal societal structures, right? Like, we all have to, yeah, I'm an ally, all have to work together. Like, this isn't just to, like, oh, women need to get together to fight patriarchy. Men have to help, too. I don't feel like this is something she would disagree with in the way that I'm wording it, but I don't know if she's put a lot of thought into this idea that, like, individual women deciding they want to identify as non-binary or transitioning into men, they're, like, losing women to the fight against patriarchy.
Don't experience things that women experience, not including but not limited to oppression, female oppression. And you know what? A lot of these
No, I would argue that if you're like a trans man or a non-binary, like a femme non-binary, you still face misogynistic oppression. Like, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it depends on how you present, right? Your presentation does a lot for that. Like, here, hold on. I'm gonna bring up my favorite non-binary person ever, because they're so fucking awesome. So this is Lumiru. Now, now they present pretty androgynous, I would say, for the sake of, like, you know, as far as, like, being non-binary goes. Obviously they're pursuing, like, a breast reduction surgery, I think they said. Like, they present pretty, like, androgynously, but I would still argue that the average person, or at least the patriarchy in general, if, like, so the average person was walking down the street in America and saw Lumi, they would misgender them and say that they're like a woman, like, despite the fact they don't identify that way. So regardless of how Lumi identifies in our current society, they face patriarchal and, like, misogynistic discrimination. Now, men also face this, don't get me wrong, especially trans men, but that's why Lumi is a feminist. That's why they identify as a feminist, like, openly and proudly, because even though they are non-binary, even though they do not identify as a woman, they still face misogyny. So I don't agree with this, like, this assertion that, like, for one, men don't face patriarchal tyranny, I suppose we could call it, or patriarchal expectations, because men are very much harmed by patriarchy. And I don't agree with the idea that, like, non-binary people, especially feminine-presenting non-binary people, don't face it, because they absolutely do. And many of them are also feminists, and identify with feminism, and have realized that patriarchy is their enemy.
women who identify as trans men are lesbians.
Oh, here it comes. Here comes the cringe take.
Women experience, not including but not limited to oppression, female oppression. And you know what? A lot of these women who identify as trans men are lesbians. So this is the homophobia at play here.
What? Holy shit, Cuddles Bricks, thank you for the 50 DKK. It's not American money, so it probably isn't worth much. It's probably like 50 cents, but hey, I appreciate it, Cuddles Bricks. Thank you for the 50 dick. We'll call it dick, because it kind of sounds like dick. This is like, okay, that's DPRK money? Oh shit, we've got fans all the way in North Korea, goddamn. Alright, no, no, this is the problem here. There are plenty of trans men that are lesbians. There are also plenty of trans women that are lesbians, as well as plenty of straight trans men. I mean, the most recent one that we talked about was Calvin Gara. He's got a girlfriend. Wait, no. But here's the thing, though. She's saying that trans men who are straight are lesbians because, wait, fuck. The euphemism. This is the problem when you're talking about TERFs. That's true, they can't be lesbians. That's the problem when you talk about TERFs, because they muddy the waters so much with their euphemism, they get you to fuck up with what they're talking about. So, the implication here is that trans men are women who identify as trans men, and if they're straight, then they're lesbians. God, I fucking hate it when people engage in this much euphemism. Listen, if you're watching this right now, what's her name? Sarah Lisa? Listen, Sarah Lisa, if you're watching this right now, don't do this much hyperbole. Just say what you actually believe. Just say that you think trans men are women, and you don't think that trans people are valid. Just be open about it. Be honest. You're transphobic. Just be honest about it. Why are you engaging in this hyperbole that's meant to muddy the waters? Why can't you be honest about it? Like, listen, I'm willing to go with the benefit, like, take the benefit of the doubt, or give you the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, maybe you're a bit confused about these things. Maybe you've been, like, a little bit misled by conservative media outlets and whatnot. But, sure. Okay. Maybe you're wrong about trans people. But I do draw the line when you start lying. That's the issue. Xanderhall, you lied? Wait, when did I lie? Bendix Cork, what are you talking about? When did I lie? Are you like a TERF or something? What did I lie about? The stream was scheduled for half an hour from now? No, it wasn't. What? No, it was scheduled for 5 p.m. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, whatever. Alright. Literally all my streams are either scheduled for 5 or 6. It was for me too. Oh, maybe it's because of time zone difference. Weird. Alright, yeah, fuck you. Nope, fuck you. Not distracting me. Yeah, no, but once like you start muddying the waters this way and like being too afraid to say what you actually believe, that's when we have an issue. That's when we have an issue. Trans men are men. If they're attracted to women, then they're straight, not lesbians. They aren't lesbian women.
You're saying that, like, these lesbians are...
You know what would be like... Wait, hold on. This is the funny part. I love it when TERFs do this. Here it comes.
Oppression. And you know what? A lot of these women who identify as trans men are lesbians. So this is the homophobia at play here, saying that, like, these lesbians are not women because...
Tell that to the trans men. No, seriously, tell that to the trans men. Go up to a trans man and say, you're a woman, and you saying that you aren't a woman and that you are not a lesbian is homophobic. Like, what? Homie, what? Unless they identify as a lesbian trans man? I mean, if they identify that way, then sure, but generally they don't. Like, go up to one of them and say that. Because you're saying that we're the ones that are saying that, and granted we are, but we're only saying that because they are. That's how they identify. You're the one trying to push an identity onto them. That's the funny thing. I'm sure, like, they're going to elaborate further in this video and say that she thinks that, like, the progressives, like, the trans activists are pushing identities onto women, when it's literally you that is trying to push an identity onto, like, trans men and femme non-binary people.
They're lesbians, like, that's so obviously homophobic and anti-lesbian, because it's not the same thing as gay men.
Homie, what? What do you mean? Wait, if you're a trans man... Alright, we gotta get a few things off the table here. If you're a trans man, then I think she's misgendering trans women? No, she's talking about trans men being women. She's very clearly believes that, like, trans men are, like, wayward lesbians, as ContraPoints put it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's like... This is the problem with TERFs, though. They speak in euphemism, and they're never, like, honest about what they actually mean, what they're actually saying, so it's impossible for me to know 100%. That's why I like debating TERFs, because then you can kind of, like, rip them down until they eventually, like, say what they actually believe. It's really weird. But, like, no, it's not homophobic. Homophobia is when you are intolerant of gay people, or non-straight people, I should say. It's not homophobic to, like, support a trans man who identifies as a man and is attracted to women. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Yeah, I do unironically use the word homie. Would you rather I use the N-word?
who whose attraction is in some ways experienced, perceived as being actually legitimate because it's attraction to a male. Like, it's like that saying where
Why are you saying, like, who gives a shit about, like, biological sex in this scenario? Like, okay, listen. This is the weird thing. TERFs will act like they're, like, gender abolitionists, but then when it comes down to it, they're like, oh yeah, no, gender though. Like, they'll say, oh, I only care about females. I only care about males. Like, they don't care about, like, gender identity. But then they expect people who are a certain sex to identify or to like exhibit the gendered stereotypes of that sex. It's really fucking weird. God, I would love to debate this TERF. Oh, I would love to debate this lady. Like, there's no way she's not gonna see this, right? Like, she's a pretty small channel. I'm pretty big. I imagine you guys. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this channel. Militant perf. What the fuck is a perf? They commented. Anyone who comments like this much on one of my videos, I ban them immediately, even if they're supportive of me, because they're clearly not like in a right mental state. What the fuck is a perf? Male TERFs, probably. What? It just, I assume it's like a offshoot of TERF, right? Yeah, what is a perf? Police Executive Research Forum. Okay. I'm just kidding. Hold on. Oh, here it is. An alternative word used when describing someone as weird, creepy, or a little odd? No, that's not it. No. Penis exclusive radical feminist? A feminist revision of the more commonly known slur TERF? Slur. Meant to clarify that radfems don't exclude trans since they accept trans men or trans-identified females, but that they actually exclude penis, male-bodied. Okay, yeah, these people just hate penises. That's the funny thing. Deep down, this is the biological essentialism that I was talking about here, and she hearted these comments, so she agrees with these people. I assume she would identify as like a perf or an ally to perfs. Like, this is the thing about TERFs. They aren't actually feminists, they just hate men. They just hate men and essentialize women to, like, having a vagina. Like, imagine, like, dehumanizing women that much. That's the funny thing. These people are the real misogynists, because they essentialize womanhood to just what's between your legs. They're objectifying women. That's what TERFs do. They're objectifying women. That's funny. They really just hate men so much that they've, like, essentialized men to a penis, and so when they see a penis, they see men. And so since a lot of trans women have penises, then they see, then they have an issue. What I'm curious about, actually, is there's a trans woman who's a sex worker that follows me. She's super hot, but, and she has, like, a huge crush on me. It's pretty funny. But I'm trying to find something I can show on stream, chat. Trying to find an image that I can show on stream. Can I show this? I feel like I can show this. Okay. I feel like this is YouTube friendly. Now this lady, she is trans, and she has a vagina. She's gotten bottom surgery and everything. I don't think even the most radical TERF could say she is, like, isn't a woman. I'm pretty sure even the most radical TERF or perf would say she isn't a woman. Like, you can't do it. Like, even in the biological sense, unless we're going down to chromosomes. Actually, no. I know personally, she said she doesn't have XY chromosomes. She's intersex, I believe. So, like, in every way other than, like, having a uterus, this woman is a woman. So now, if you're a TERF and you try to make the argument that she isn't a woman, then you are objectifying women. You are making the argument that it is the biological state of having a certain set of sexual characteristics that makes you a woman, and that's objectification. That is misogynistic. I'm sorry. If you say that this woman isn't a woman, that's misogyny, as well as transphobia. It's trans misogyny, of course, but it's also just plain misogyny. Interesting. God, TERFs are such like a weird bundle of shitness to take apart. I don't even know how to word it. They're just such a weird bundle of arguments to try to take apart. It's really weird.
All bisexual women are secretly actually in love with men, and all bisexual men are secretly also in love with men. Because
Okay, I'm gonna make the argument that just about everybody is at least a little bisexual. Like a little bit at least. I mean, I don't think that's like a bad take. I think everybody has like different degrees to which they're attracted to people of the same gender or sex as them. Like for example, like for me, the most attraction that I see is more like envy. Like if I see Hassan Piker without a shirt on, I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to fuck that dude. It's more like, oh man, I wish I looked like that. He's pretty attractive. But still, acknowledging the attractiveness of like another person of the same gender is probably somewhere not like somewhere on the spectrum of like bisexuality, right? The line where we draw straight and gay is kind of like it's kind of arbitrary, right? Like saying I want to look like Hassan because I think he's attractive isn't isn't the same as saying, oh, I want to fuck Hassan or I would be willing to have sex with a guy, right? No, I probably wouldn't fuck Hassan, to be honest with you, Sydney Speaks. So I imagine you would. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not that simple. Where we draw the line is really arbitrary. Is no bullshit a fascist or a Nazi? He's a Nazi. He's talked about the Jewish question before. He's like a full on like he believes in the Jewish question and everything. Yeah, like okay.
women are so nasty, right?
Would I fuck a trans dude? No. Wait, what? Hold on.
Love with men. Because women are so nasty, right?
What? Who's saying this?
I also think there's a problem with the non-binary thing as well, where like the multiple genders, because it says that like a man who identifies as non-binary is literally the same thing as a woman who identifies as non-binary.
No one's saying that. Why are you using this weird, like, why are you strawmanning the argument? No one's saying they're the exact same thing. They just have the same gender identity. And that's what matters. What? That's the issue, though. She seems pretty young. Hold on, I'm actually, like, curious. Am I bullying, like, a teenager here? Ooh, that's a tough scene. Citing Magdalene Burns? Oh, Magdalene Burns! Hey! Another one bites the dust. Another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. Listen, we're not gonna talk about it. Hey. 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 You know, I'm not trying to get TOS here in Minecraft, but another one bites the dust, and another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. You love to see it in game, completely in game. Oh god, what a fucking what just a hodgepodge of bullshit that pops up if you search Magdalene Burns. People also search for Megan Murphy, Blair White, Veronica Ivy, Jessica Yaniv, and Julie Bindel. Oh, what a fucking basket of deplorables, as good old Hillary Clinton would say. Hold on, does she have like a like social media? How old, like what's she saying on Twitter? My experience as a vegan and diet. She uploaded an hour ago. Holy shit. Male cowardice and sexual harassment. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. She's gonna accuse me of being like a misogynist, isn't she? Wow, you guys fucking like doubled her view count since we started. Look at that ratio. Oh god, what did you do? Like, hold on, what are the comments? I want to see what the most recent comments are, because I know a lot of these are from you guys. What about trans men attracted to men? Oh, is she responding? Wait, she's responding actively. Hold on, does she see my stream? Oh, fuck. Listen, if you're watching this right now, Sarah Lisa, hit me up. I'll debate you. Debate her? I will gladly debate her. Hold on. Hey, my Twitter is in the description. Hit me up on Twitter right now. I'm actually going to check my Twitter, see if she's messaged me. I will gladly debate you on stream right now. For fuck's sake, Xander, I mean, she is dead. Optics, of course, but hey, listen. Sometimes TERF's gotta go, you know? In Minecraft. Because I would never celebrate the death of a fellow human being. That would be a horrible thing to do. I would never advocate for that. Pepe. Alright. Debate me, bro? Yep, debate me. Alright, let's continue. Hello?
Play here
Oh, there you
saying
go.
that like these lesbians are not women because they're lesbians, like that's so obviously homophobic.
Adarius J, that's misogynist. Don't ask me if I would fuck the person I'm covering a video on. Don't do that. Be not misogynist, please. Like, okay, nobody is saying these lesbians aren't women. People are saying trans men who identify as men and are men are not women. What?
An anti-lesbian because it's not the same thing as gay men whose attraction is in some ways experienced, perceived as being actually legitimate because it's attraction to a male. Like, you know, it's
Homie,
like that
what?
saying where all bisexual women are secretly actually in love with men and all bisexual men are secretly also in love with men. Because women are so nasty, right?
What? Homie, what? There's gay dudes. There's bi people who have preferences. Like, obviously, like, I have a lot of friends who are, like, bi dudes who have, like, a preference for women, but they're also down, like, willing to get it down with like, men and whatnot. Like, what? Why, like, can you recognize the amount of like mental gymnastics you have to go through as a TERF to word the arguments you're making? Like how much vocabulary that you've had to throw out here so that like for me to dig through your arguments, I have to sift through all the euphemism and like dog whistles you're using? Can you just like be honest about what you believe? Oh, this is the top comment. Imagine a world where women have to write, I don't like having sex with strangers as a caveat on their online dating profile as a label. Demisexual is absurd? What? What is... Homie, what? Imagine a world where women have to write, I don't like having sex with strangers as a caveat on their online dating profile as a label. Demisexual is absurd? Is this just like, and she hearted this too. What? What? Thoughts on cock? I like my own. My cock is okay, I think. Okay. What? That was like grammatical suicide. It makes no sense just grammatically speaking, not even in terms of an argument.
I also think that there's a problem with the non-binary thing as well, where like, the
Wait, is she repeating herself like multiple times, or did I just like rewind?
multiple genders, because it says that like a man who identifies as non-binary is literally the same thing as a woman who identifies
No
as
one's saying that.
non-binary.
Okay, that's a straw man. No one said that.
These two groups identify as non-binary for very different reasons in my experience and in my observation, because I think the men who identify
There are a lot of reasons why someone identifies as non-binary. God, I really prefer just like arguing with like cis run-of-the-mill transphobes over TERFs, because TERFs have like actively engaged in mental gymnastics to justify their worldview. It's really weird. Okay, listen. No, there are many reasons why someone may identify as non-binary. Could be dysphoria. A lot of non-binary people have dysphoria, and the cure for that dysphoria is to identify as a different gender and to transition socially and even physically. A lot of non-binary people experience euphoria. They aren't particularly upset in the current state that they're in. Like, they don't experience dysphoria. They aren't, like, super unhappy how they are. But they are more happy identifying as non-binary and transitioning differently. There's, like, a shit ton of different reasons why someone identifies as non-binary, but I'm pretty sure she's going to try to make an argument like, hold on, I'm going to try to, like, predict this. Non-binary men identify as non-binary as a way to oppress women and to, like, have a better chance of having sex with women or something. I'm ready to see it. Tell me I called it out, please.
As non-binary are usually like male feminist,
Oh.
like queer types of men
Okay.
who
That I know she's a lesbian, so I'm going to throw it out there and say she wasn't being homophobic when she said that. Even as, like, a pretty, like, hardcore ally for LGBT people. I don't like saying that word because, like, even though it's been sort of reclaimed now, when I was growing up, it definitely wasn't. It was still a slur, so it's just kind of weird for me to say. It actually reminds me of, Type 1 in chat, or Hypers, actually, if you've seen, if you've read Stephen King's The Dark Tower. Not seen the movie, but read it, because the scene isn't in the movie. In Stephen King's The Dark Tower, the second book, there's a scene where a character named Eddie is talking to another character named, I think it's Detta, or Odetta, and she's like bipolar, I think. She has, like, she's got multiple personality disorder, but she's black, and she's from, like, the 60s or the 50s, while Eddie is from the 80s. And they're, like, arguing and not really getting along at the time, and wait, it's called, oh yeah, DID, yeah, whatever. They're arguing, and Eddie keeps referring to her as black, and she's like, stop calling me black, that's offensive. Call me an offshoot of the N-word that I'm pretty sure I'd get canceled for saying on stream. And he's like, I don't know if I want to call you that. If you say that in my time, that's offensive. And she's like, well, stop calling me black. And it's like this, like, it's this, like, back and forth, because during where she comes from in the 50s or 60s, calling, like, a black person black is offensive, but calling a black person like, the offshoot of the N-word in the 80s is offensive. So it's sort of like this issue where, like, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable saying, like, I guess it's the Q in LGBTQ. If you say queer, it can come off as, like, and it's still used that way, but it's mostly been, like, appropriated by the LGBT community, which is great, but, like, I don't know.
who are usually executing like a con artist job to get
Whoa! Wow, that's a big jump. Jesus Christ.
queer types of men who are usually executing like a con artist job to get some woman to sleep with him.
Yeah! Yeah, no! I don't miss. I don't miss. I don't fucking miss. I don't fucking miss. I called it. I knew it. Because TERFs hate men so much. They hate men so much. They hate them so much that they have to. They have to say that anybody who has a dick, and they objectify men too. They essentialize it to, like, having a penis and, like, whatnot. Anyone who has a penis, they fucking hate them. God, okay, no, this lady's a bad person. I'm sorry, but if you objectify women and men this much, you are part of the patriarchy. This is true. You are part of the patriarchy if you're watching this right now. You are upholding patriarchal societal standards, and you are being misogynistic and misandristic. This is when I say TERFs aren't feminists. They just hate men and are coming up with excuses to hate men. And they extract that also, or extrapolate that also to trans women, because they see trans women as men. Check out Vash's talk with Mexi. Why are you, like, adding me this during a different talk? What the fuck are you doing?
To like the woman who...
Oh, I'm actually interested to see. Where we are in terms of the comments section. What's going on? Oof. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, you guys are, yeah, you guys are doing your job. Yeah, you guys are definitely doing your job. It's a good meme. Chat's blocking the comments. They're all from my fans. Okay. Oh shit, the Crimson Drummer. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Says I think penis envy is ludicrous as a theory, but applying it to TERF seems pretty
I
apt.
think P3NIS envy is ludicrous as a theory, but applying it to TERFs seems pretty apt.
No, I don't think so. I think they hate it. I think like they have like a weird. Many TERFs it seems have had like either like a weird upbringing or some sort of like. A lot of TERFs are lesbians too, so they just aren't attracted to men, and so that allows them to kind of like hate them because at least like if you're like a straight cis person and you're like sexist towards another gender, at the very least your attraction to them keeps you from outright hating them until you get to like full on incel levels. But if you just don't experience any attraction for that gender and you hate them that much, you see no reason for them to exist. And that's why so many TERF lesbians just like they just hate men. Like they see no reason for men to exist. It's just penis owner bad, yeah. Um okay. Mobby says Xanderhall, what the fuck? Why is she talking about I'm mad about being non-binary person and it's a huge anxiety problem for me to enjoy social events because of TERFs like her? I'm mad. Yeah, I know. She's like a hateful person.
Believes in all of the queer theory, which is a lot of women.
What was that noise?
And a lot of young women as well. Yeah, so, and the women who identify as non-binary are usually
Are
lesbian.
TERFs the female version of the alt-right? No. I mean, maybe I don't think she believes that like Jews run the world or something like that. I don't know. I think she removed my comment. Oh no, she's banning people in the comments section that disagree with her. Oh no. Oh no no no. Everyone go there and tell her to debate me.
Trying to escape homophobia and just women who generally, I don't know, aren't woman enough for men.
Women who aren't women enough for men? Listen, hey, listen. I'm gonna try to get on your level here, okay? Because I don't know if you're like a bad person who's like acting deliberately in bad faith, or you're just kind of like you just think what you're saying here is like good. But I will tell you, shit like what I'm about to show you, the shit like what I'm about to show you here is fucking terrible. I'm gonna mute it. But like this shit is terrible. I completely understand I completely understand if you've got a problem with shit like this, because this is fucking cringe. Like, haha, day 5 of turning lesbians straight, bruh. Lesbians are just straight women who just haven't met the right guy, bro. I'm gonna make those lesbians straight. Like, okay. Like, okay. If you have an issue with that, we have no disagreements. We have no disagreements in our in that. Zap thanks for $5. Says, "Hey, sorry you had a tiring day already, Zan. I hope this helps you in some small way. Look after yourself." Thank you for $5, my friend. I love you. Thank you. Isn't this bad optics wise in regards to the everyone go at her? No, it's fine. Yeah, no. I completely agree that like shit like what we just saw is really cringe and bad and like homophobic towards like lesbians and whatnot. But that's not what's happening here. Non-binary people just identifying differently isn't homophobic. Like, it's just people identifying how they want to identify. You're the one that's trying to shove a label on them that they don't want.
Those are two very different people. And to say that they're the same is like very very confusing, and I think muddies the waters a lot in terms of like what is possible when it comes to the visibility of sexism and women's awareness of it. People who are
Literally, you will. This is undeniable. Trans inclusive spaces and trans groups are the most progressive, radically progressive, and like anti-patriarchy, like anti patriarchy, misogyny, all that shit groups you'll ever find on the internet. Like, what? Like, trans inclusive spaces are radically progressive. Yeah, like 99% of trans people that I know are feminists, that's for sure. Obviously, you have like your Blair White types that are just like they're like basically just conservative, like borderline alt-righters, but they just happen to be trans women. But like besides that, her face annoys me. Don't pretend she's not cute. Listen, she is cute, okay? Don't, it's just her ideas are ugly, not her, okay? Don't body shame.
Affected by sexism,
Wait, I'm gay? Okay, if you're gay, then you don't find her cute. Okay.
being aware of it. Yeah, and I wanted to say also that I can understand like why women would want to identify out of being.
We're about to get it. Women. Okay, trans men are just women that are identifying as men to try to escape misogyny. That's what she's about to say. Someone has to donate $100 if that's what she's about to say. Trans men are women that are identifying as men to escape misogyny. That's what we're about to get. Someone has to donate $100 if I'm right.
A woman, I can certainly understand that. Again, though, I'll say it again. The nature of being oppressed is that you cannot identify out of it. Because no.
Hey, chat, where's my $100? Where's my $100? Where is it? Where is it? He don't miss. He don't fucking miss. I expect a $100 donation in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Love it. Love it. Holy shit, TERFs are so fucking predictable, dude. They're so fucking predictable. Oh shit, Encro, thanks for tier 1 gifted sub to Helena. Wait, Helena, you're the you're like the anime girl Danish chick from Twitter, right? I assume? I'm pretty sure. Right? Am I wrong or no? No? Okay. Damn. Alright, let's continue.
No matter what the mess in your head is, thinking like, you know, identifying as what a man, as nothing, as a wolf or
what? Okay, listen, otherkin and furries and shit are a whole nother thing, okay? We're not talking about that. We're not talking about otherkin today, please. That's a can of worms I don't feel like getting into. But no one's identifying as nothing. Also, yeah, that was an attack helicopter meme in 2020. How bad does it make you want to kill yourself that we're still going to have attack helicopter jokes in like 2040? We're actually gonna still have those jokes in 2040. That makes me want to fucking kill myself in game.
whatever. Patriarchy still, in fact, sees you as just a woman.
I made that argument earlier. Nobody is like identifying as a different gender to escape patriarchy. By the way, patriarchy affects men. Patriarchy affects everybody in a negative way. Listen, feminism, men have every reason to be feminists just as much as women do. Oh shit, Soviet Ball, thanks for $10. Yeah, what if you all collectively donate $100? Then I'll be happy. Thanks for the $10, this Soviet Ball. I appreciate it. I love you, buddy. Thank you for the support. Men have absolutely every single reason to be feminists as women do. Let's go down the list, actually. Why are there so many incels? Well, incels hate women, mostly. They believe that they need to get laid. But do you think they would maybe not be incels if they didn't believe that their value hinged on how many women they could conquer? Don't you think that makes a lot of sense? Like, maybe if they were feminists and they didn't see women as objects they need to conquer and like base their value on that maybe they wouldn't be as miserable as they are? What about men's suicide rates and their depression? They're expected not to seek help and like get mental health professionals because they see it as like a sign of weakness, and society encourages them to just represent the peak machismo in order to be seen as like valid as a man in society. This affects trans men too because they feel like they need to be as toxically masculine as well in order to be valid as men. You see that all the fucking time. Holy shit, you guys are rolling in the donos. Voxophonus, thank you for the $10. Says I don't have $100 in disposable income, but here's 10. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. Very appreciate it. I love you. And holy shit, Adriana69 with the $20 says, "Together we can get to 100, comrades." Poggers, thank you. I was memeing, but if you guys actually want to give me $100, I ain't gonna turn it down or anything. But I appreciate it. Thank you for the $20. I love you. Thank you for the generous donation. Yeah, there's like a ton of reasons why like patriarchy affects everybody. Nobody is trying to identify out of being affected by the patriarchy. Literally every non-binary person I know is a feminist. Like, how many non-binary people do I know? Lumi, I kind of know Katzune because they follow me and kind of like comment on my stuff from time to time. I'm fairly like well in contact with Chipflake. They're like another like YouTuber who's non-binary, and they make they do like art and shit. And I'm pretty sure they're a feminist. Like, Cine is non-binary, and they're, I assume, a feminist because they're like a radical leftist like me. Like yeah, Katsune's literally non-binary. Of course, they're based. They're sub to me. Yeah, Katsune and Chipflake are basically the same person because they're non-binary animation YouTubers that have cat avatars. Basically the same person. I'm just kidding. I wonder if they get that kind of shit because like I do with Vosh, like haha, Chipflake is mini Katzune because and like I'm mini Vosh because they have like a few similarities. I assume they're friends. Yeah, I do need to watch Katzune's new video. All right, hit me up. Let's continue. We're actually like almost an hour in, and we're less than 6 minutes into this video. We need to stop pausing as much. Holy shit.
And again, when it comes to like the organization aspect of like men organizing versus like women organizing, it's like,
Wait, does she think that like there's like the patriarchy organization? Does she think that like men get together and they're like, okay, this is what we need to do to perpetuate the patriarchy? Now there are like MRA groups and alt-righters and shit like that. We can make that argument, but there's not like a general population of men that are just getting together. Yes, the Council of Men. In order to get in, you have to burp in a very specific way, because as you know, only men can burp and fart. I mean, this is basic rules. I mean, we all know this. Because, you know, women are sugar and spice and everything nice, and men are snakes and snails and puppy dog tails, I guess. Like, yeah, women don't poop. That's true. This is literally the straw man feminist. That's what the thing, though. TERFs are the embodiment of the straw man that anti-feminists make of feminists. They just hate men and are coming up with excuses to hate men. That's literally what they are. They are the straw man. They embody it. They embody it. They make feminism look bad by existing. Yeah. It's so weird. Okay. They just hate men.
it's very clear to men what all of this does for them. They can clearly see the benefits, and they do use them to their advantage.
Okay. Progressive men recognize their privilege and like check it, like do stuff about it. This is common, obviously. But your average dude on the street is not as radically progressive as I am. They don't think that they have any privilege. If anything, they think they're a victim of like feminism. And ironically enough, it's people like you that they think are victimizing them. Wait, what the fuck? Why'd my chat open on this screen? Odd, but okay. Ironically enough, they think it's women like you that are victimizing them. And in a way, they kind of are, because you do hate men. Like, you genuinely hate men. I don't... Like, there was a time, like, after I got unred-pilled, you could say, that I'm trying to line up my chat perfectly here on my screen. That I, like, thought that, okay, so the stereotype of, like, the feminist who hates men is just, like, a rumor, right? It doesn't exist, right? Like, it was just made up by anti-feminist types. But, hey, guess what? It's not so much of a rumor. TERFs just, they are that thing. They just want to hurt men. Is saying the red pill unironically cringe? No.
Such as, you know, identifying as like agender or queer when really they're just straight.
What?
But that does make...
What? How does... I don't even know how to respond to that. What, like, if they're part of the LGBTQ community, they're part. Okay.
Them a lot more attractive to like a woman who is like, ew, straight people are disgusting. It's like
Non-binary men, like masculine, like NB guys, like people who present mask NB or whatever, are only doing it to get women because some women are like, ew, men, ew, straight people. Your gender has nothing to do with your sexuality. I mean, it can be, it's connected to it, right? Like, obviously, if you're like a woman and you're attracted to women, then you're gay, whether you're trans, like whether or not you're a trans woman, right? Um, but like beyond that, your gender has nothing to do with your sexuality.
straight, but make it cool. um, I
What?
think like uh, I don't know. The point is that patriarchy doesn't ever see you the way you want to be seen. Duh.
I've made this argument, and it's not an argument for your side. It's an argument for the fact that the idea that non-binary, like non-binary people are identifying as not women, or like trans men are identifying as not women, is to get away from the patriarchy. When literally all of them are radically progressive and know that doesn't let you escape the patriarchy. It's just how they identify. They have dysphoria, or they get euphoria, or they want to identify as not a woman for some other reason that isn't really our business. It's how they want to identify. I don't feel like forcing labels onto people when they don't want that. Like this doesn't help your argument. This is the argument I made earlier against your argument. Now you're backing it up.
Like, don't you think we would have done that a long time ago if that worked? if
Well, what works is organizing, and she just privated the video. Ah, she fucking privated it. Well, guess what? I still have it up. I can still finish it. She privated the video? No fucking way. I don't believe you. Hold on, end
I
credit.
am AFAB, but it is an NB dude and can confirm I do it to try to get with women. I guess.
Thank you, Edgar. I appreciate the tier 1 get the sub to GayF. I appreciate it. Yeah, she did private it. Listen, hey, you don't have to like, oh god, wow, this channel is, oh boy. Listen, hey, hit me up. We can chat. I will talk to you on stream. It can be a good time. We can have like a nice chat. Yeah, hit me up. I'll have you on. We can have like a nice chat or a debate if you want to have one. She's already like privated it, so I hey, listen, this will be the last refuge in which you will be able to watch this video until the end of time, because it is now gone. She's afraid. I've scared yet another TERF into submission.
if fuck, I would be like identifying as a anything to get out of I don't know, sexual assault and fucking
Okay, this isn't an argument again. This isn't like an argument against the validity of trans people.
literally everything else.
You can't download the video. That's not how it works. Do you guys not know how YouTube downloading works? You have to have, it's like if she privated it, then any like downloader website wouldn't be able to do it unless it's unlisted. If it's unlisted, then we're okay. The only reason I'm able to see this video right now is because I'm already watching it. I'm pretty sure if I refresh it, it's going to say sorry, video is unavailable.
Else that I've fucking been through because of being female.
Yeah, she's literally proved this isn't trans people's motivation for identifying as something else.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, if that worked, I think women would have done that a long time ago. Let's give them some credit, okay? I also just, I think being a lesbian too, it would be pretty appealing to like identify as a man, because then your attraction to women is then made somewhat legitimate.
Okay, so this is like the trans men are wayward lesbians thing. They literally go out of their way, like many of them, to get like life-altering surgeries and medications to change their body. Many of them with dysphoria literally experience suicidal depression if they aren't able to transition. This is established medical science. The fact that like transitioning helps trans people, like literally every single bit of data fucking ever. She's privating other videos now? Holy shit. God damn, the power that I have over the TERFs. Literally, like, the data is set in stone. Transitioning helps trans people mentally and physically. It is the established, like, it is the established cure for gender dysphoria if they have it.
At least like on the surface. And in fact, that's actually what the countries where like being gay is illegal do. Like
Yeah, okay.
they
This is a thing in like a lot of like Middle Eastern countries where being gay is bad. They'll literally just transition you if you're like a gay dude. They'll make you transition into a woman because then technically you aren't gay, which I guess is kind of trans rights, but that is not how we want to that is not how we want to do this whole thing. The idea is to make it so that being trans is just she deleted like all but 3 videos. Holy shit. God damn. Another one bites the dust. Another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. I'm sorry. Listen, if you still want to come onto my stream, we can have a chat. Thank you, Boneless Boner, for the 1312. Good meme. It says, here's some of my stimulus check. I was probably gonna buy drugs with it anyway. Hey, listen. Based. Yeah, stop. She's already dead. Yeah, what's the point of finishing the video? I know what the point is. I like destroying TERF arguments in the marketplace of ideas. Okay.
literally force their citizens into
I don't agree with this, by the way. This is not like the way through which we need to be implementing positive societal change for fighting transphobia. The idea is that if somebody is trans, they should have the ability and the freedom. All of her videos are deleted now. She has fucking yeeted her channel. She just yeeted her channel. Homie, what? Go check. I don't want to. I feel like if I tab out, the thing might refresh and it might say, oh no, you can't watch the video. While this video is still stored on YouTube servers and we can still watch it, I want to finish it. Oh my god. I can already imagine the title. Xander Hall scares, or Xander Hall forces scared TERF to delete her channel or something like that. It's gonna be a good meme. Holy shit. We got another TERF, guys. We did it. God damn. Fucking, I'm Xanos. Instead of Thanos, I'm Xanos. Snapped another one. I can't snap. My fingers are too sweaty because it's too hot in my room. Whew.
having sex change surgeries because they would rather have a mutilated
Okay,
person
dude.
than
Okay, dude. Okay, listen. Literally, this is Feel's arguments here. You have absolutely no data to back this up. There's literally no, like, the consensus of the medical community, like, mutilating? Wait, is getting your appendix removed when you have appendicitis mutilating? Is surgery just mutilation now? Is that what we're calling it? Like, what's the difference? Okay, what's the difference between, like, mutilation and surgery now? Is getting breast reduction surgery as, like, a cis woman because of reasons that can vary? Is that mutilation now? What are you talking about? This is the most unscientific way to look at being trans I've ever seen in my life. Holy fuck. Remember, you're talking to her right now? I assume she's watching, maybe? If you want to come on my stream, hit me up on Discord or Twitter. I'll bring you on. Like, I literally talk to anybody. I'll literally bring you on right now, or we can schedule for another time. Yeah, is getting your tonsils removed mutilating your body? Is getting your gallbladder removed mutilating your body? These are surgeries to remove vestigial organs that you don't need or care to have in your body anymore. Like, is she in the chat? I mean, she might be. I assume. Like, it's not mutilation. These are like medical procedures, taking hormones and whatnot. Holy shit! These are literally like chud gamer bro. Like, these are the arguments that I expect, like, the mutilated, like, trans people are mutilating their body. These are the arguments that I hear from like 15-year-old white boys on Xbox Live, like 15-year-old white gamer boys. That's the kind of arguments that we're getting here, like getting right now.
And a like healthy gay person, um, which is another thing that queer theorists do that is like so bizarre, is they appropriate.
Removing baby teeth is literally mutilation? No, it's not. Baby teeth fall out there on their own. They're supposed to come out. Now, if you're pulling someone's teeth before they're supposed to come out, that's one thing. But if your teeth are loose and you're pulling them out, that's not mutilation. You're just taking out teeth that are already... okay, hopefully that was a joke, because holy fuck. If I have people that are that dumb in my audience, then I need to do something about it.
Create that practice into and twist it into making it seem like that is evidence
Oh, you were
for
joking,
the gender
okay.
binary.
There is no gender binary, by the way. Gender is not a binary, socially constructed. Medical community has, like, the medical and psychological sciences, like the community based around that, has a consensus that gender and sex are not the same thing, and that gender is not binary.
Which,
Yeah, cutting your hair is mutilation.
no, in fact, a lot of the cultures where, and I'd say almost all of them, where there's the third gender, in fact, are very patriarchal cultures, where
So? Like, what? That's like the same argument as, like, saying... Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make an analogy here. That's like saying countries in which they have socialized healthcare have problems with crime. These are like unrelated. What? Patriarchy is literally a worldwide thing. The patriarchy literally affects every single fucking corner of the planet. There is absolutely no countries in which there isn't patriarchy, regardless of their acceptance of trans and not, and like trans people and gay people. Like, patriarchy is everywhere. It's a worldwide effort of all genders, nationalities, and races and everything to fight patriarchy. That's what it has to be able to defeat it. Xander Hall, apparently she pulled this deleting all her videos before 4 months ago. This is the second time she's done this. Oh, so she has like a tendency to do this when she gets any pushback. That's funny.
the women suffer a lot, and those third genders are usually exclusively reserved for like feminine gay men, which is obviously super.
This is literally unrelated to the validity of non-binary people. Like, this is a non sequitur.
Homophobic, and it's like also sexist.
So why not have a society that recognizes, obviously, like, the fact that you recognize that there are societies in which like a third gender exists, you realize that negates the existence of a binary when it comes to like gender. It's just socially constructed. Whatever society that you're in, whatever, like, if they recognize a certain gender identity, then that gender identity is valid. I mean, obviously, like, you're already recognizing the existence of this. So what is the problem with fighting the patriarchy and destroying it, so to say, and then keeping those other aspects, like people being able to identify as a different gender if they want to? Like, why throw the baby out with the bathwater? Why not keep the good things and get rid of the bad things?
It's misogynist because it's like those men, gay men, are apparently not men.
What?
And it's funny that queer theorists paint it that way because
If they identify as not men, then they're not men. It's about your identity. If you identify as not a thing, you're not that thing when it comes to gender.
for a group of people who seems to fight for men's rights so much and fight for men to be in all of women's spaces so much,
Okay.
that's very like
She's not talking about men, she's talking about trans women. Hey, guess what? Hey, you want to hear something fake feminist? You want to hear something crazy? Feminism is just as much for men as it is for women. Whoa, dude! Such a groundbreaking take! Yeah, literally. Feminism is supposed to be about gender equality. Feminism is about men too, and men's rights as well. It's why being like an MRA and being like a men's rights activist is fucking stupid. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you were an actual feminist, you would care about men's rights.
anti-men's rights thing
Well, yeah, obviously, race is a social construct as well.
to do. It's not very self-aware, I'd say. And like, you know, in the West, like being
Oh shit, chat, I just realized, since she deleted all of her videos, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find, like, an image of her on, like, for a thumbnail, I think, oh wow, my scene isn't that. Okay, since I won't be able to, like, since I'm not gonna be able to, get an image of her for the thumbnail, I need to, like, cut an image of her so that I can, like, use it in the thumbnail, right? Yeah, I gotta do a print screen Andy. Give me a second, chat. Just give me a second. Here we go. Go ahead and cut that, and we'll call the file TERF. Boom. Alright. We got ourselves an image to use for the thumbnail. Poggers. Okay, let's continue.
a lesbian, and in my experience, is like it wasn't an easy thing really to like.
Sure.
That's an understanding.
Yeah, coming out as gay is really fucking tough in the homophobic society we live in. But guess what? Solving homophobia with transphobia isn't what we should be doing. Well, it's not even a solution. It's just being transphobic and using, oh, I just don't want homophobia to happen as an excuse. Listen, come join our part of the left. We are like the most inclusive people ever. Like, everything from just gay cis people to gay trans people of color who are disabled. We're inclusive to all of those, of everybody, as long as their, like, views aren't fucking horrid. Like, if your political views are, like, if you're like a Nazi or like an alt-righter or like a anti-feminist or a TERF, then you're not allowed in. You gotta change your views first. But hey, listen, we're like, you aren't like, listen, if you're watching this right now, because I assume you are, because you like delete your channel, you know that I'm covering you right now, so I assume you're watching. You're not like tainted. Like, you're not like going, like, I'm not going to say that you can never be part of our movement. You can join us. Like, if you find that these arguments are appealing to you and you want to be part of our community, you can change your mind and be part of your community. I was a fucking, like, borderline alt-righter once, and now I'm like one of the most progressive I'm one of the largest progressive YouTubers on this platform, despite being pretty small in the grand scheme of things. Like, you can change if you want to, but you have to want to.
Statement, but it wasn't an easy thing to come to terms to, and I don't think it typically is, because it makes you feel like you have a weird fetish or like a weird sexual perversion, and of course
What?
it's going to take a long time to unlearn all the self-hate and shame that comes with that. So yeah,
These are feels arguments. Literally no data to back any of these up. These are all feels arguments.
like, of course, like, you're gonna have all of these lesbians wanting to be not lesbians, because yeah, newsflash, if you're a woman, and especially if you're a lesbian, society doesn't treat you very well.
Thank you for the $5, bitch, please. I appreciate it. What she meant was that men in the Middle East who are gay. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, men in the Middle East who are gay are like seen as women because it's like bad to be gay, but they don't really care about trans people. Xander Hall, she won't engage with you because she's part of the problem because you're part of the problem by being a man. I mean, yeah, if she hates men that much, then it's not really much I can do. This is like this is the reverse of the argument that I use against people that say Breadtube is too white, you know? Where people will be like, why are white people, like white cis straight men, so prevalent on Breadtube? And it's like, or why is Breadtube so white? And it's like, well, because the target demographic of Breadtube, which are people who can be radicalized to the left, are way more likely to listen to people of the same identity as them, as like other white people, other men, other like cis people, right? Like, that's why ContraPoints is such an anomaly, is how big she's gotten. Because she's a trans woman. She is white, but she's a trans woman who's able to reach out to all of these, like, somewhat transphobic, reactionary-leaning cis white guys, right? That's why she's kind of an anomaly on there. But, regardless, the reason why Breadtube is dominated by people like me, Vosh, and Destiny, like big, like, large, like, leftist white dudes, right, that are cis, is because people are way more likely to listen to people of their same identity. But if you're like a racist and you stumble across a video of a black guy or a black woman explaining why racism is bad, you're not gonna watch that video. You're not gonna give that black woman the time of day, but you might give a white dude the time of day. Destiny fucking sucks, though. For a few reasons he does, but in most ways he does not. Destiny overall is like a net positive to the left. I'm sorry if you disagree with this, but you're wrong. So I'm kind of feeling that here, where maybe she just hates men so much that for the fact that I'm a man, she's just not going to give me the time of day, right? Like she's not even going to I'm putting on chapstick. I really need to get a new tube. It's like breaking. It's so, yeah. Destiny is a whole 3 feet of the pipeline. Destiny is the suction that gets you into the pipeline. All right.
You're gonna be having like kind of a difficult time in some perspectives. So that's, I guess, all I wanted to say about the non-binary thing. I just I
Hey, actually, that's true. Hey, if you're watching this right now, if you want to see, like, a feminist, like a fucking good old feminist, right? Oh, I'm gonna refresh your page. I want to see. No, 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 no! Oh, no, no, no! You hate to see it. Hold on. Hey, look. Claudia Brown. She's a feminist, and she does videos about feminism, but she's not a TERF. She's into TERF. She calls out reactionaries and patriarchy and all that stuff. She's super cool. She's got an Australian accent, one of the few Australian accents I can tolerate. Very good videos. You should check her stuff out because hey, she's a woman. She's a cis woman too. Just pointing it out. So she's a cis. So as you would say, she's a real woman. She's a feminist. You might like her videos. Maybe you'll be more willing to listen to her than you are to me.
hear a lot of women talk about it in the community, like in feminist circles, and I find it so interesting how so many lesbians kind of get roped into this. Like I myself identified as like pan and demi, and it's like despite demisexual being you know, like the normal way to experience attraction as a female, I think.
Okay.
Which is another.
I think everybody's on like a spectrum of like being attracted to anybody. Like, here's the thing though. A lot of TERFs will make the argument that like, oh, you're just trying to force women to be attracted to men. If you're whenever there's like a trans woman who's a lesbian, when it's like, no. If you're attracted to people of a gender, just because someone identifies that gender doesn't mean that you have to be attracted to that person. I'm attracted to women. That doesn't mean I'm attracted to every woman or every woman. Nobody is forcing me to be attracted to every woman. There are specific women that I'm attracted to. I have a type generally. Like usually like my type is like women who are 25 and older, usually like between 25 and 30 who are like I like blonde women a lot. Like I'm not attracted to every woman. Like, the fact that I'm straight doesn't mean, like, the progressive agenda is pushing every woman onto me. Like, this just doesn't happen. Like, what?
Another thing that I think all of the queer theory is very, very, very biased in. It's an extremely male way to perceive all of society. Like, all of queer theories.
What is a male way to, like, perceive society? Like, okay, this is such a weird way to, like, view the world, make this argument. This is literally like a Jordan Peterson argument. Like, yeah, no, this is literally like a conservative, fundamentalist, like Jordan Peterson argument. Like, oh, yeah, oh, how do I do a Jordan Peterson argument or Jordan Peterson voice? Oh yeah, there is a male way to view the world, and males see the world as a puzzle to put together and fix the world, while women are part of the chaos dragon, and they see the world as something to conquer and destroy, and they want to tear down the accomplishments of men. Women destroy and men create. It's as simple as that. Men and women see the world differently, like the Chaos Dragon and the Dragon of Order. I can't do it, guys. I can't do the Jordan Peterson impression. It's so bad. But, like, this is literally that argument that we're getting here, that, like, men and women see the world differently. Now, men and women typically have different experiences, but, like, this weird pseudo-intellectual argument that, like, men and women see the world differently, like men want to create, women want to destroy. It's so weird.
Analysis is extremely male centered, which is
Oh, and analyzing the world is very male-centered, and women just exist within the world, and what? Homie, what? This is literally misogynist.
not necessarily a newsflash, but like to give this premise of only being attracted to somebody if you're in love with them, like its own orientation.
Okay, okay. Romantic attraction and physical attraction are two very different things. This is really important. That's why bi-lesbians exist, right? Like, there's people who are bisexual in terms of who they are sexually attracted to and or romantically attracted to, but there are people who are only romantically attracted to a certain group or a certain gender, right? So, like, bi-lesbians, right? She's talking about demisexuals, and I'm talking about bi-lesbians. That's irrelevant. Like, bi-lesbians, for example, are people who identify as women who are or on the feminine side, who are attracted, like, sexually attracted to men and women and just like all different genders, but when it comes to their romanticism, they're only attracted to women. Like, they only have romantic attraction to women. Yeah. She's saying that demisexual isn't a meaningful difference because it's how attraction works. She's literally being stupid. Yeah, I mean, she is being pretty stupid. I'm a bi-lesbian, thanks, Xander Hall. Listen, if you're bi-lesbian and you're watching this right now, I'm one of the few people that actually recognizes your sexuality as valid. Like, even within, like, progressive spaces, I've gotten a lot of pushback for saying that I think bi-lesbians are real.
Is super fucking concerning to me. That sounds like a psychopath wrote that.
What?
That's a really male way to perceive sexuality. Like, it is, I think.
Okay,
women,
spirit science. I just explained what a bi-lesbian was.
Generally perceive sexuality in like a...
Are he/him lesbians or they/them lesbians valid? Yes, they are. I know a they/them lesbian. Their name is Liability Lefty. I'm actually debating them pretty soon about ContraPoint's video being supposedly ableist and transphobic, so that's gonna be fun. They're kind of woke scoldy, but nonetheless, still valid as both their gender identity and their sexuality. And he/him lesbians, from my understanding, he/him lesbians are like cis lesbians who go by he/him pronouns because as like almost as a joke, or because they kind of like, they're like more on the masculine side, and while they don't identify as men, they still use he/him pronouns for like the fuck of it. And there's other reasons why as well, but that's like one example of like he/him lesbians. So yes, he/him lesbians do exist.
They experience sexuality in a subjective way, and men experience it in a more objective way. And what I mean by that,
She's literally just making a misogyny right now. She's literally doing the, oh, men view the world in objective facts, while women are emotional and view the world through emotion and subjectivity. Like, what the fuck is this? This is literally misogynistic, saying women can't be, this bioessentialism argument that, like, women can't be factual, women can't view the world objectively. What the fuck? The Chaos Dragon.
that is like illustrated well by that trope of like Seth Rogen dating Charlize Theron, an ugly guy dating a hot woman, and Hugh Jackman on the cover of a women's magazine where he's wearing...
This is literally just like this is literally media appealing to like neckbeard guys. Like, oh, Charlize Theron would totally go for a guy like you, and maybe she would. Wait, like, unironically, maybe she would. There are tons of like really hot women that have like dated and are attracted to not stereotypically attractive men because they have a good personality. Guess what? You don't have to be a really attractive dude to get with like a really attractive woman. You can just be like a good person and have a personality that's worth it. Yeah, like Elon Musk and Grimes. Like, Elon Musk isn't a very attractive guy, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm pretty sure his wife is like pretty attractive, right? I've never seen a picture of her before. I've just heard she's attractive. All I know is she's got like an anime profile picture on Twitter, which is, haha, hello, fellow kids. But Elon is rich. Yep, women just want men for their money. Squad W.
wearing a knitted sweatshirt, and he's like, I'm safe and happy, whereas on the men's cover of GQ, he's shirt off, Wolverine, big knives, like his muscles are all crazy, and he's like, you know, really objectified. So I'd say like women...
I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman would say trans rights, so she should probably keep his name out of her mouth, to be honest with you. I feel like Wolverine, I feel like any mutant in the X-Men in like the Marvel universe would be really pro trans rights. When you're like, okay, I think that mutants in in like Marvel are the perfect analogy in fiction for like civil rights movements, because there's this weird thing. There's this really weird thing that like media will try to do, where they try to make an analogy for civil rights movements, like, oh, like an inhuman group of people being like discriminated against, but they use non-binary people, or they use like not non-binary people, they use like non-humans as like the analogy for like black people or gay people or whatever. Like, this is the weird thing about Detroit Become Human. They're using androids as a stand-in for like black people, but androids are literally not human. So like the logical conclusion of that is, so black people aren't human. It's really weird when they do this, but with like X-Men, for example, with mutants and X-Men, it's because it's a metaphor. Regardless of whether or not it's a metaphor, like, unironically, the androids just aren't human. I get that it's a metaphor, but it's weird, and there's a reason why David Cage has gotten so much pushback on that like thing. It's really weird. Kathy Songbird, thanks for the $5. Says, I think it's hilarious sometimes when folks seem to think women have no primary sexual attraction. As a pan woman, my attraction to women can be at times be quite objective, so does that make me mannish? I guess it does, according to TERFs, Kathy Songbird. Thanks for the $5. So yeah, mutants but mutants are still humans. They're just like a different version of humans. But when you have, it's a yikesy metaphor when you have like non-human analogies or metaphors for civil rights movements. It's got like a weird implication with it. I don't think it's on purpose. I think David Cage is just kind of dumb. I understand that a metaphor doesn't have to be exactly alike, but when it's literally, guys, Detroit Become Human is literally a group of sentient people, in quotes, are living in human society, and they're treated they're literally slaves. It's literally a like straight line metaphor for black people, except androids just aren't human. Like, there's a weird implication there. I know that it's not intentional, but like, okay.
Women are generally attracted to character. They're attracted to Seth Rogen's sense of humor, whereas like
Sure.
Seth Rogen is attracted to Charlize Theron's natural ability to fit into the predetermined standards of conventional beauty. Is what I'm saying. So in that regard, it's like, to say that demisexual is like,
I don't disagree with the idea that like women are more likely to be, at least statistically from what I've seen, are more likely to like date men that are less attractive than they would be equivalently, because they see personality as like more important. What?
like its own orientation is just super concerning. I find that to be very telling of where queer theories like actual stance really lies.
Homie, what?
Yeah, I can't believe that's so ridiculous. To say that you only experience attraction, like, that gives nobody any clues about you. I'm demisexual. It's like, okay, all of it gives nobody any clues about you. Like, everybody just sees you as a man or a woman. That's the point of all of this. It's literally the point of all of this. The fact feminism literally only exists because of that. So
No. The origins of feminism originate from when society was so overwhelmingly patriarchal that women didn't even have the right in most parts of the world to democratically decide who would lead the country that they're in. That is where feminism started, the suffrage movement. However, feminism as a movement has evolved greatly to recognize that patriarchy affects everybody involved negatively. Men, women, trans people, everybody, and that if we're going to beat patriarchy, everybody of all genders, sexes, races, everything have to come together to fight patriarchal societal expectations and structures and whatnot. Like, feminism isn't just for women. Feminism is for men too. And you push a narrative that like feminism is just for cis women, you you literally exclude these groups and they find themselves falling in line with other groups. This is why like you have MRAs and shit, because a lot of young boys don't feel like feminism is for them. They feel like they're being victimized by it. That's literally why Gamergate happened, because young white gamer boys thought that like feminism was going to destroy their video games, and so they like started a big war of reactionary rhetoric against feminism that like has led to feminism being like one of the like a dirty word online. You should know this better than I do because you seem to be a feminist, or at least think you are. Like, what we all have to work together against it. Hey, listen, you gotta ally with trans people if you're gonna beat the patriarchy. Your flavor of feminism, of reactionary rhetoric disguised as feminism, isn't gonna work.
I don't know what else to say, other than wow.
Wow.
And those are my thoughts.
Hey, W Omega Lord W.
Bye.
Well, there we go. Hey, you guys want to see something funny? Let's see what happens when I refresh. Whee! This video is private. Ah, look at that. Another one bites the dust. Another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. You gotta dab on him. Ah, he loves seeing it. Deplatformed another TERF. TERF destroyed. That was fun. That was a good start. I've never actually like done a video on somebody and it be like such an insane like fucking dunk that they literally delete their channel. That's never happened before, but hey, I'll take it.